The year's 2025. The world is facing a new economic reality. Remember those roaring 20s? Everyone predicted the optimism, the excitement, the belief that nothing could go wrong? Yeah, about that. We're officially in a recession. The economy is sluggish. People are nervous. Businesses are closing. And job security feels like a distant memory. The headlines scream doom and gloom. Sound familiar? It's like deja vu, taking us back to times we hoped were long gone. That's because we've been here before. History has a way of repeating itself, especially when it comes to economic cycles. Recessions are a natural part of the economic cycle. Just like the changing seasons, they come and go, bringing their own set of challenges and opportunities. Like a bad storm, they're messy, unpredictable, and nobody enjoys them. The uncertainty can be overwhelming, and the impact can be devastating. But guess what? They always pass. Just as storms give way to clear skies, recessions eventually lead to recovery. And more importantly, they create incredible opportunities for those who are prepared. Remember 2008, 2001, 1987? Each of these periods was marked by significant economic turmoil. Those were tough times, no doubt. Families struggled, businesses shuttered, and the future seemed bleak. But fortunes were made by those who kept their cool and played the game right. Visionaries who saw beyond the immediate crisis and took calculated risks. I'm talking about real wealth, built from the ground up, by recognizing value where others saw only fear. And these are the stories of resilience and innovation. This time around, it's not going to be any different. The landscape may have changed, but the principles remain the same. In fact, the opportunities might even be bigger. With new technologies and global connectivity, the potential for growth is unprecedented. Why? Because fear is a powerful motivator, and right now, there's plenty of it to go around. Fear can paralyze, but it can also drive innovation and change. But here's the good news. Every recession is also a reset button, a chance to rethink, rebuild, and come back stronger. You don't have to be a Wall Street wizard to capitalize on this. Everyday people with the right mindset and information can turn the tide in their favor. You just need the right information, a healthy dose of skepticism, and the guts to zig when everyone else zags. It's about making informed decisions and staying the course. That's what I'm here for, to guide you through this storm, to provide the insights and strategies you need. I'm going to give you the playbook, the strategies, the historical context, everything you need to not just survive this recession, but to thrive in it. Knowledge is power, and preparation is key. So buckle up, because we're going on a wild ride. The road ahead may be bumpy, but it's also filled with potential. By the time this economic storm passes, you'll be thanking your lucky stars you paid attention. You'll be ready to seize the opportunities that others missed. Ready? Let's dive in. The future is waiting, and it's yours for the taking. Let's get one thing straight. Recessions are not the end of the world. They are challenging times, no doubt, but they also present unique opportunities. They're not even the end of the stock market. In fact, history has shown us that markets are resilient and often bounce back stronger. In fact, they're often the start of something big, something amazing, something profitable. Think about it. Every downturn has been followed by a period of growth and innovation. When your favorite store has a sale, do you run for the hills screaming? No. You see it as an opportunity to get more value for your money. You grab your wallet and stock up on the things you've been wanting at a discount. Well, guess what? The same principle applies to the stock market. The stock market is having a sale right now. Companies with solid fundamentals, real products, and bright futures are suddenly trading at bargain basement prices. This isn't about gambling. It's about recognizing inherent value when you see it. It's about being smart and strategic with your investments. This isn't about gambling. It's about recognizing inherent value when you see it. It's about taking advantage of the market's short-term panic to make smart long-term investments. It's about taking advantage of the market's short-term panic to make smart long-term investments. Remember, the crowd is usually wrong, especially at the extremes. Remember, the crowd is usually wrong, especially at the extremes. When everyone is running for the exits, that's your cue to walk in and start shopping. When everyone is running for the exits, that's your cue to walk in and start shopping. Of course, not every stock is a winner in a recession. Of course, not every stock is a winner in a recession. Some companies are legitimately struggling, and their stock prices reflect that. Some companies are legitimately struggling, and their stock prices reflect that. That's why it's more important than ever to do your homework. That's why it's more important than ever to do your homework. Look for companies with strong balance sheets, low debt, and a history of weathering economic storms. Look for companies with strong balance sheets, low debt, and a history of weathering economic storms. Look for industries that are essential, even in tough times. Healthcare, consumer staples, utilities. Look for industries that are essential, even in tough times. Healthcare, consumer staples, utilities. And most importantly, look for companies that are innovating, adapting, and positioning themselves for future growth. And most importantly, look for companies that are innovating, adapting, and positioning themselves for future growth. These are the companies that will not only survive, but thrive in the long run. Let's talk strategy. When it comes to investing, the best opportunities often arise when fear is at its peak. When the market is sinking and everyone is screaming, sell, 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 it can feel like the world is ending. But what do? You buy. Yes, you heard that right. You buy when everyone else is running for the exits. I know it sounds counterintuitive, maybe even a little crazy, but that's exactly why it works. But that's the beauty of contrarian investing. It's about seeing opportunity where others see disaster. You're buying when there's blood in the streets, when the news is all doom and gloom, when everyone else is too scared to act. This is when the real bargains are found. That's how you find the real bargains. It's not about following the herd. It's about thinking independently. This isn't about timing the market perfectly. Nobody can do that consistently, not even the experts. Nobody can do that consistently. The key is to have a strategy and stick to it. This is about taking a long-term perspective. It's about patience and discipline. This is about recognizing that recessions are cyclical and that they are a natural part of the economic cycle. And what goes down must eventually come up. The market has always recovered, and it will again. The key is to position yourself for that eventual upswing, to be ready when the tide turns. And the best time to do that is when everyone else is selling. That's when you can get the best deals. Now, I'm not saying you should go all in on the stock market tomorrow. That would be reckless. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Start small, diversify your portfolio, and build your positions over time. And most importantly, don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Always have a safety net. Remember, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So, be cautious and smart. But if you're smart, patient, and disciplined, you can turn this challenging time into an opportunity. You can use this recession to your advantage and come out stronger on the other side. And come out ahead in the long run. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today.